Welcome to my video presentation. This presentation is for the module of Integrated Management Research Project, and the title of my research is Assessing the Role of Employee Happiness in Organizational Performance and Success, a case study of Cadbury Nigeria PLC. And we'll be running through the slides now. The human resource managers have always been interested in understanding and knowing the relationship between employee happiness and organizational performance, and that is why several studies have been carried out to determine which factors actually affect organizational productivity. The findings from this research will also assist Cadbury Nigerian PLC in knowing the factors that influence employee happiness in the company and ways in which these factors can be improved upon, which will also bring about growth in the company in terms of revenue and sales. The aim of this research is to determine the factors that actually influence employee happiness in an organization. And there I have my objectives and my research questions, which I'll just run through now. One of my objectives is to identify the factors that contribute to employee happiness in Cadbury Nigerian PLC, and also to assess the impacts of organizational management on the level of employee happiness in the same company. And also, I want to also examine the level of job satisfaction among employee, because like they always say, your colleague is your friend. So I would like to examine how satisfied they are working together, and also to provide recommendations for improving employee happiness in Cadbury Nigerian PLC. And some of my research questions are: what are these factors that contribute to happiness of the employee in Cadbury Nigeria PLC? And does leadership style increase employee happiness or not? Or how does the level of job satisfaction among employees influence their happiness and organizational performance? In this study, I used qualitative approach because the period for the project was quite short. That is why I felt qualitative approach was best for me. And also, I used secondary data. There was no primary data that was used in this research project at all. It was only secondary data that was used. Although this research used several journals and publications, but most importantly, it focused on four journals for this research. And one of the things that we looked at were keywords such as employee happiness, job satisfaction, and also employee performance, leadership style, and so forth, so on and so forth. And the table below shows the breakdown of the journals and the years of studies, and the data collection and the method that was used. And we're just going to go through them now. On my data collection table, I have the author and year. I also have the title of research, the case study, the key theme that was identified, and also the method of data collection and evaluation. And this is my table 1. And I have my first author, Oreva, and all. I also have Onyekwelu. And on the title of research, I have job satisfaction, employee performance in Nasarawa State and Nigeria, in Lafia, Nigeria. And my case study was Nasarawa State Water Board in Lafia, Nigeria. And the key theme that was identified under Orevel is job satisfaction, employee performance, salary, and rewards. And the method of data collection and evaluation was secondary sources. I used textbooks, official records, and publications. I also used interviews for this data collection. Now, on Onyekwelu et al., I used remunerations as a tool for increasing economy employee performance in Nigeria as the title of the research. And also the case study was the bottling companies in Nigeria. And the theme that was identified under this author is salary, incentives, and rewards, employee productivity, workers and satisfaction. And some of the literatures that I reviewed was secondary data questionnaires and others. And on my table 2, I have Inayat and Yanazeb. And the title of the research is a study of job satisfaction and its effects on the performance of employee working in private sector organizations, and the case study private sector organizations in Pakistan. And the key theme that was identified under this author and year is job satisfaction and employee occupation, and also the method of data collection and evaluation is Minnesota satisfaction questionnaire, performance evaluation, and form. And like I stated before, more journals were used, but these were the best ones that gave me the information and source that I needed. That is why they are captured here. And one of the authors I use is Haji Ali et al. And the title of the research is Determination of Work Motivation, Leadership Style, Employee Competence on Work Satisfaction, and Employee Performance. And I looked at Organization of Massacre in Indonesia. And the key theme that was identified here is job satisfaction, employee performance, leadership style, and work motivation. And the method of data collection and evaluation is questionnaire and structural equation model. Under my data analysis and findings, like I said, I use quantitative data for this research. And from the data that I collected, some key themes, 6 in numbers, were used to detail my research objective and research questions. And one of them is job satisfaction, salary, rewards and work motivation, leadership style, and and now I'm going to talk in depth on my data analysis and my findings. My research objective 1 was to identify, to determine these factors that contribute to employee happiness in Cadbury Nigeria PLC. And the question is, what are the factors that contribute to employee happiness at Cadbury Nigeria PLC? According to the findings, actually, salary, rewards and recognition, and work motivations are factors that have a positive influence on employee happiness in any organization at all. That's talking apart from Cadbury Nigerian PLC. When you work for an organization, like maybe for a year or two, and your salary is not reviewed, you are not promoted, you are not recognized for your hard work or for your sacrifice in that organization, this tends to reduce how employees are happy in the place. So after my research, I found out that when employees are happy, when they are recognized, when their hard work or their sacrifice are being recognized, it increases the level of happiness in the organization generally. And it was discovered that when all of these, that's rewards, salary review, and recognition, when all of these are in place, the performance of the employee and workplace will greatly improve, which in turn also increases organizational growth and success. My research objective 2 is to assess the impact of organizational management on level of employee happiness in Cadbury. And the question is, does leadership style increase employee happiness and subsequently improve organizational performance? Now, when we're talking about leadership style, we're talking about the authoritarian leadership style, which is also the autocratic, the delegative, which is the laissez-faire. We're also talking about the participative, the transactional, and the transformational leadership style. All of this leadership style has an impact on employee happiness in any organization at all. And the leadership style that was adopted in an organization, like I said before, always influenced the employee happiness. Now, this leadership style can always have a negative or positive influence on the employee's happiness in an organization. Now, in detail, the we're going to look at the different factors and the kind of impact it has on employee happiness. Leadership style influences employee happiness and success. The findings was most of the employees are satisfied with the top level management, and the impact is always a significant impact. It's always a positive impact. And on the left side, on the right side of my table are the authors. Just to save time, we won't be going through the authors individually. And also, reward and recognition influences employee happiness. Those are the statements that the summary of the findings have gathered. Promotion influences employee happiness. Salary and job roles influence employee happiness, and also physical work conditions and colleagues influence employee satisfaction or happiness. And we can see on the second row, the last column, it says most of the employees are satisfied with training and development programs organized by the company for them and for their co-workers. When you work in an organization, you're supposed to grow. When I'll use myself for an example. My company where I work with, or where I used to work with in Nigeria, usually organize training to help us increase our skills. Now, when these trainings are put together, our performance is expected to increase. We're expected to increase in skills and also use that skills to better the organization. And this is always and they always come back with positive feedback. It's always a significant move, a positive, significant move by the management for the employees. And looking at the next slide, we are going to see the recommendations and the conclusion, which says employee satisfaction and happiness cannot be overemphasized because they play a significant role in a company's success. And from the results that we got from data analysis, it shows that when these conditions are met, employee satisfaction increases organizational success and performance. And from the results, it can be confirmed that salary, reward, job satisfaction, and leadership style are the most important factors that influence employee happiness in any organization at all, which is in line with the findings of other researchers, which is available here on my slide. The 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 management performance runs in line with employees' happiness. Once the employees is happy, it reduces employee attrition, which we're going to see later on into the slides. And on the next slides, we are going to see that the summary of this research and my recommendation for the management of Cadbury on how to improve employee happiness and work environments that will enable the workforce have a strategic goals and accomplish them are to develop a wholesome leadership style, to continue supporting the employee happiness, to work towards always having the employee at the back of their minds, and also to give rewards, to review the salaries, to keep the employee motivated, to support them, and to promote where needed, and also to use a salary scale. Like I said, you need to review the employee's salary to commensurate with the work that is being done. And for this research, the role of employee happiness, it has taught me it has taught me a lot about the factors that affect employee happiness in an organization, which motivate them to work hard to improve success. And if I'm to carry out this research again, first of all, I would have loved to use primary research. This would have given me a better understanding of my case study, and it would have given me first-hand information. And also, if I'm to do it again, I would use specific keywords to reduce my time spent in reading and analyzing my research work, to see how other researchers conducted their research. This research actually helped me to grasp the various study of writing and research. This is the first time of doing a video presentation on PowerPoint, which is amazing. I really enjoyed it. And from the proposal to the digital presentation of the findings, which I'm currently completing, I have understood better the stages of writing research, and my Gantt chart also was a great tool that helped me track my research and their face times. And and I know that if I'm to write a research again, I'm going to do better and my results are going to be better. Thank you for watching, and that marks the end of my presentation. Bye.